So, what do you think about the cost of housing and dining?
I think the cost is ridiculously high considering the conditions of the food and the housing.
I mean, I think it's really high, but I mean, I guess they gotta make their money somehow.
Well, I guess coming into Clemson, I kind of saw the cost, and I thought it was a little expensive, and I got some feedback from some guys that went here last year, and they told me which plan to pick, but it was still pretty expensive.
I mean, I think the cost of dining is kind of, I mean, I'd say it's fair.
The cost is probably a little high for the quality of food here.
Yeah, I'd say about the same.
I would say that I can definitely eat cheaper at home, but I mean, it's not bad, the price at Clemson, so it's okay.
I think it's definitely kind of high, but I think that's kind of the way that tuition's a little bit lower, so it's not too bad.
With the housing, it's a little expensive, but there's not much options for freshman living. You know, after freshman year, you can get the cost down a little bit by staying off campus, but so you don't really have too much options with your freshman year.
About how much do you spend on laundry per week?
Yeah, I spend around $6 a week on laundry, or $6, yeah, $6 a week on laundry.
I usually just take it home because it's too expensive to do it here.
I mean, I usually don't do laundry here. I usually take it home, so 0. Same.
Probably about $5.
I spend $0 on laundry per week because I usually take it home to my parents.
I spend about $5 on laundry per week.
Probably spend about $5 every 2 weeks, which is a little much. It should be free since I'm paying to stay here.
I only do laundry probably like once a week, maybe like 1.5 weeks I do a load. So I probably only spend like $3 to $5 on it, not too much.
Same, I try to conserve my laundry use, you know, or my underwear like 5 times in a week. You know, so only spend like $3 a week. Gotta save every penny.
Well, I spend about $5 every week in laundry, so that's really fun to do.
How does the cost of housing and dining here at Clemson compare with that at your home?
Well, it's free to live at home, so that's obviously cheaper. Food-wise, I'm not exactly sure.
I have no idea.
Compared to like living at home, I'd say it's a lot more expensive to live here at Clemson.
So the cost is higher than I would prefer, but I'm okay with it.
I definitely would say that housing is pretty expensive, though, because I have seen the numbers for it.
It's 100% more expensive because I didn't pay for anything at home.
Here's a little bit more expensive than at home because at home I guess we could buy groceries for a week, and then here it's pretty expensive for only a semester, so it's a little bit more money.
Well, I don't really pay for housing and dining at home, so.
It's a lot more than what I paid for at home because I barely paid for any.
How much did the cost of housing and dining affect the decision when you would go to college?
My decision wasn't really affected by the cost of the food because Clemson's a great school, you know, so I just knew I wanted to come here.
It didn't really affect my decision to go here because it's not the first thing I thought of, like, housing and dining.
So the cost of housing and dining did not affect my decision at all to go to Clemson.
Didn't affect me too much because my parents are still helping me out with a lot of that. So, I mean, I have my spending money for restaurants and stuff, but it made an effect on my decision.
As far as housing and dining goes, the cost didn't really affect my decision too much because my parents said they were covering that half of tuition, so that hasn't really been a problem for me.
Does the university profit from any of its laundry services?
We're currently in a revenue sharing agreement with a company called Caldwell and Gregory, who provides the laundry service, and any of the revenues that are generated that come to the university are used to offset for the upkeep and the repair of the facilities. Like we retile the floor, we paint the laundry facilities, and sometimes we have to do plumbing and just keeping up with the vent cleaning and things like that. So it's really not a profit, it's just any revenues that we receive.
Any of the extra revenue past just the cost of the actual laundry machines goes back into the facilities?
Correct. Yes.
All right. how are the prices set for food, laundry, all of those?
Well, for food, it's a little more complex. We do a number of things. We check the CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, and the PPI, which is the Producer Price Index, and we get an average about what that's going to be. For this year, fiscal year 14, the increase was 2.7%. The housing and dining, we combined those, which is the room and board, we combined those rates together, and we only went up 3% for fiscal year 14. We also do comparisons to other benchmark schools that are top 20 schools and the ACC schools too, to see if we're in line. Of the 9 schools that we benchmarked, we came in 4th, which means we were lower, 5 or higher than we were. So we feel we're pretty much in line with the food side. For laundry, our vendor who provides the laundry service currently gives us a national average of what the cost for drying and washing the laundry is. They submit those proposals each year. We either deny them or accept them. And we've not had an increase in a couple years. And I will say to you that we are looking right now at trying to bring laundry in all-inclusive for the rates. So we're doing that investigation.
Do you get many complaints about the prices?
Well, of course we do. Because you just, you always think you should get a better price on something. But we try really hard to compare all of our rates, specifically with the housing. We go out to the community, get the apartment rates. We try to do an apples-to-apples comparison. Of course, the apartments that are built off campus are built by companies who have multiple housing structures across, the United States, specifically in our area, and so they have a little more freedom because they're private industry than we do here at housing, with being an institution. But we try to stay as comparable as we can. We've held our apartment rates because that's where our true competition is within our community. We've tried to hold those down. And we realize that, we have to increase them because there's money that's got to be put back because our facilities on average are 35 to 38 years old. And so we're having to really start to invest money to get them back up to par.